Go for it.
Yeah, I've just got 2 points to make in terms of the public support side. I'm not an expert on climate change, but I'd like to think I'm a bit of an expert in being a young person. Young people do need to be at the heart of it. And as part of that, it's not just about young people now, it's about kind of the impact future. So kind of the overarching point is consider the impact on future generations in every single thing that's done. And essentially the top of that list is climate, because, you know, if we don't tackle the climate, what are we here? What are we here for? If a nation can't feed its people, you know, what are we to do? So that's the overarching point. In terms of public support, we've got to do things, and there's been a lot of one recently, and there's been not a lot of the other recently. We've got to scare people because it's pretty serious. Essentially, the world's on fire, as Greta said, is, you know, all that kind of stuff. Extinction Rebellion did a great job in scaring people, in kind of waking people up to the seriousness of the situation. And the other thing we need to do is actually show people the good side, why it's a good thing. Think about the positives. And one of the great things about, not the great things about climate change, because it's a bad thing, about the green transition is the word I'm going to use, is jobs. Is the opportunity for innovation, the opportunity for expansion in the green sector. There's going to be a lot of money as a result of green transition. Renewables, wind, potentially electric cars, gigafactories, things like that will be needed to fuel not just the transition to a green society, but the actual green society itself. So I think we need to kind of wave the flag for the good stuff that's happening, whilst also kind of keeping people alert to the seriousness of the situation. And that comes in a number of ways, because crisis management is the last point of call. That's when we need to be really, really panicked. And yes, we are kind of quite scared at the moment, but the crisis management needs to be better. And part of that is particularly considering countries and regions, even in Western states where there's underfunding and there's structural issues and things. That needs to be addressed so that people can respond well to any sort of climate crisis, anything like that. But also sustainable resource management as well. So we're talking things like biodiversity, things like trees. It's such a simple thing, but it can make a massive difference as well. So you've got kind of the immediate and dangerous response if there's a crisis, and then you've got that preventative kind of approach. But then on the other end, you kind of really have to keep green a priority. It's not just a one-trick pony. It's not just a kind of another issue. It should be at the heart of everything that's done, and that comes at, you know, in that future generations approach. How can we keep things sustainable? And that's why I use the word sustainable, because if we're not here and things are not functioning well in the future, then, you know, what are we as a society? So I think those 2 points are to kind of take away. A little bit of scared, but also keeping things nice and positive. I'm a positive person, so I see the green transition as a great thing to do. But then overarching all of that should be that future generations approach.